Oh my gosh. Where's my channel? There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV. Please stay tuned for the interview podcast here on the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV. All right, guys, I got to get called in. I'm a few minutes late. All right. If you're a mod, please take care of the chat. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody that it showed up. Much love to everybody.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait and you will be joined into the conference.
I'm going to mute it because copyrights.
I'm doing well. So, okay, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Are you on a cell phone driving around?
I am not.
Okay, that's good. So, we just got to make sure that we're on a good connection, so we don't lose connection during this show. Mm-hmm. Have you ever done a podcast before?
I have done several interview podcasts based on our YouTube channel.
Okay, good. All right, so you know the process. Mine, so just to give you the premise of what this podcast is about. It's about making choices. We'll talk about some of the choices you made, especially with the movie. Why did you join it? Why did you do it? What role did you play? And how do you relate to that role? And then if things spark out of that, I think in your notes, sorry, I'm just trying to look at your notes quickly.
You're fine.
Here. You have a family. You do a family reality show off of YouTube. Is that?
Yes, we're YouTubers. We do different things from reality show, cooking show, food reviews, challenges, pranks, paranormal investigations, and we also do our own talk show. I'm a disc jockey on another radio show on Blog Talk Radio.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And then, our YouTubers. And how long have you been doing that for?
We've been doing it for 7 years now.
Wow. Is that finally become an income source for you?
It's slowly.
Okay.
It takes time.
Gotcha. I understand.
You got to build yourself. You got to brand yourself. You got, try to get, when people invite you to interview you, you've got to get there on time, try to make the time, get it right to get yourself out there so people can recognize you and see you, who you are.
Yeah. Okay. So so the premise of the YouTube, premise of this podcast It's basically you and I sit at the kitchen table, and we're just having a chat about the movie, about your life. Now, you just had no addiction, nothing like that in your family, right? Or this is...
Me and my wife, I had more of addiction problem, basically more than my wife did.
Okay. And do you want to go there? Or
yeah, I would love to. I mean, you know, that's one thing we do on the YouTube channel too. We inspire people to help people. We actually are working with one gentleman from Oregon that actually is a really bad alcoholic, and we're actually working with him. He's contact every day, says, "Hey, I'm doing good today. I want to thank you for being there." I you know, just basically tell him, "Hey, you know, we give everybody an inspiration and inspirement."
Okay. All right, so how this would work is basically, that's good. Any taboo things you don't want to talk about, like, well,
I'm open.
There, anything like that?
No, I'm open.
Okay, good. That's good. And what role did you play with in the movie?
I was an off-duty businessman.
Okay.
I was an off-duty businessman, and I was out to look out for the gentleman that played Ron's part, to help them, to let him know that the feds was watching him, that I thought the feds was watching him.
Okay, gotcha. Right. So how this would work is I'll intro us in, and then I'll call you in. And your name is Jesse Mitchell. Is that correct?
It's Jesse the Jackhammer. That's my wrestling name. I'm a retired professional wrestler, and also I've been in more than one movie. This is my 4th movie I've been into. So
I'm sorry. What's your first name again?
My wrestling name is Jesse the Jackhammer. That's my wrestling name. My first name is Jesus, spelled like Jesus, Mitchell.
Jesus.
Yes.
What would you prefer, Jesse or Jesus?
Jesse's fine. Okay. I always tell everybody, if you cannot pronounce my real name, just call me Jesse. Make it easier for everybody else.
I'll call you Jesse. How's that?
That's cool.
Wow, wrestling. That's cool. We'll talk a little bit about that too.
That's fine. Like I said, I did it when I started when I was 24. I got out of it when in 2012. Actually, Mr. Piper's the one that got me into the movie in the Indies.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. So at the end, please don't hang up.
I'm not going nowhere.
When we're off air, and then once we're off air, then we can part ways. Okay.
That's fine.
Perfect. Cool. All right, thank you for joining me with another episode of Your Choice. I hope your next choice is your best choice. I have a special guest today, Jesse Mitchell. He played a role in the movie Choices, and he also has a reality TV show on YouTube, and he's also a former wrestler and so forth. So welcome, Jesse. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, tell me, how did you get involved in the movie? What got you a part of the movie?
Well, I'm a big fan of JC Films. I've watched them put their stuff out there, and I've always, I've caught their trailers and stuff, and I'm a really big fan of theirs. And when I saw this opportunity open, I said, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to get in this. And so they first brought me in to do the audition, and then they said, thank you for coming. I was getting ready to leave. They stopped me at the door and said, hey, we need you. If you don't care, can you come back in? Excuse me. I said, okay. So I came back in, and they started asking me questions. They started saying, okay, well, if you're a taxi driver and you've got Ron in your cab and he has no money, what would you say to him? Well, I would say, well, I would need some kind of collateral. Do you have a debit card or a license or a watch or any kind of jewelry that is real that I can hold on to? And they liked that, and they gave me the opportunity. They said they gave me the opportunity to be part of this, to be the off-duty businessman. So I enjoyed every bit of it. Like I said, I enjoyed watching their trailers. I've never watched any other movies, but I watched more than the trailers because it really caught my eye. And I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this. So we don't have this here in West Virginia. But I mean, we used to have a lot of filmmaking here in West Virginia, and it's, you know, we got lucky. I got lucky to, you know, become a fan of theirs, and I love their work and their stuff, to be able to get hooked up with them.
Good. So now, how did you get into the reality TV show? What got you involved? What was the reason behind all that?
Well, I have a friend. His name is Brian the JessetheJackHammer. He has a radio show on Blog Talk Radio. He's from California, and I'm really good friends with him. I've been with him for several years. And he goes, you know what, Jesse? You all should start a reality show. Y'all should start your own reality show. You know, I'm like, okay. Well, let me talk to my wife, because my wife is really leery with everything going on in the world. Okay. So I went to talk to her, and she was like, I don't know. So I went back and talked to Brian and told Brian, hey, my wife's a little scared. She's leery and stuff. And so he goes, let me talk to her. And I put her on the phone. And so he talked to her, and he goes, you know, you got pretty kids. And I said, you got a beautiful family. And I said, he's right, honey. I said, our kids got a nice little talent. And so and she goes, all right, we can try this. So we tried it back in 2012. We tried to launch it off, you know, making little trailers about it, trying to raise money to get started and stuff. And we failed at it. So we quit there. 2000, and we just kept on making trailers off and on, kept on posting it. 2015, we went to Ustream, and Ustream kept on crashing. So we went from Ustream to Livestream, and Livestream couldn't hold our stuff. And so we tried to go live on Facebook, but it was for the celebrities at the time. Well, I saw this post about Periscope. And I said, honey, I said, there's this thing called Periscope. I said, you want me to check it out? What do you want me to do? She goes, check it out. Let me know. So I went to Periscope. We started watching some live streams on there. And then I started doing my stuff. And then I said, honey, here, this is really cool. I mean, it had some ins and outs. It crashed here and there, you know. But we was on there maybe a good 6 to 9 months, something like that. And then Facebook launched to the community, to the world. So we started doing both back and forth. And then we got some extra money, get some cameras. And then we figured out how to go, and I got a laptop, and then we figured out how to go live on YouTube. And we've basically been on YouTube since then. So we've been on there 7 years, and we love what we do. And we don't just do it for ourselves. We do it for the people that watches us. And when like I always tell everybody, once you subscribe to us, you're not a subscriber, you're not a viewer, you're not a watcher, you're not a subscription, you're family. We open our family up to people that watches us and enjoy our stuff.
Okay. And what's the day-to-day? What's the content looks like? What are you trying? What's your message? Or is there a message?
My message is out there. Okay. For prime example, we had somebody that was going to commit suicide. Okay. Getting ready to kill themselves. And they actually found our content, and they actually put down the poison, and it's just true. It's just real. They actually put down the poison they was going to drink to kill themselves, and they actually tuned in and watched and listened, because I give a lot of inspirement messages out there on YouTube that actually lifts people up. Like one I was talking about, roadblocks. You know, you always run into a roadblock, and you should always take that roadblock and keep going. Keep going. Don't let it stop you. And they actually said, you saved my life. You all saved my life, because I was going to commit suicide, and I don't want to do that no more. We love you all. We love what you all do. We enjoy your all stuff.
Cool. Now, how? I mean, like, what is your base of audience? Is it you have a few thousand people following you now?
We have over 1,400. We're on our way to 1,500 right now.
Wow.
The message when I was talking about a while ago about the roadblock, kicking it down, there was actually somebody that day was going to give up. They had a roadblock in their way. They was actually going to completely give up that day. when I was talking about kicking that roadblock out of the way, they came back that night when I went live that night, and they said, I want to thank you. You have saved my day. You have helped me out today, because if I didn't catch your live stream and heard about you talking about kicking that roadblock down, I was going to give up completely.
Wow. And what's the is the person now doing better now?
Everybody's doing better. The ones that, yes, they are doing better. They're moving forward. And like I said, everybody's doing good that actually listen to us, because they showed a lot of support and love, because they want to, they don't want to be in a situation. Like, for prime example, we have a family member, because like I said, we call these people family. We open our family to these people. We have a family member that actually was in a shell, and she didn't want to meet nobody. She didn't want to go out in public or nothing until she met us. And she says she actually wrote us a letter and put a tear in my eye when I read it. And because every time we get family mail from them, I always go live, always read it to them. Who sent what, give them a shout out, whoever sent the mail. And when I read it, I had a tear in my eye. She basically told us she was in her own shell. She didn't want to meet people. She couldn't hardly meet new friends. She didn't want to get out, do things until she met us. And she broke her shell. Now she's starting to meet new people. Now she's out of her own house, and now she's open. She's open to new things, to try a better life instead of being closed into that shell.
So you really relate to this movie.
Yes.
A lot. And then, so you can really see that. Do you have any alcohol or drug addiction in your life, in your family, or something like that?
I did. Yes.
And what was that? What was your choice? Was it you or?
It was me. I actually had a problem with marijuana. I actually had a problem with cocaine and crack and sniffing pills. Okay. And I actually had a problem with drinking too.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How long are you currently now clean completely? No alcohol, no drugs?
I'm completely clean.
Oh, God bless.
Yes.
So how long were you a user?
I started when I was 18 years old, and I just literally, I was on the crack real hard. When I really started, my first thing I started was snorting pills. Then I went from snorting pills to doing crack, and then I done cocaine. Then I really got into marijuana real heavy, and it got so bad where the cops was cracking down. I was known by, when I went down the strip, they called it the strip, and when I went down the strip, they gave me a nickname called Jestro, because all I would do is stroll down the strip, wanted something. Wanted crack, wanted pills, marijuana or something. And so when I went down, and when they was raiding places, I was wanting crack. I was walking up to complete strangers. I need some crack. Dude, I don't have nothing. Get away from me, And that's what they were saying. Get away from me. They had it, but they didn't want to give it out because they didn't want to get busted. I was found one morning right in the middle of about 9 o'clock in the morning in Flemingsburg, Kentucky, because that's where I was from. Maysville, Kentucky. I was found in Maysville, Kentucky at a YMCA, almost halfway dead.
Wow.
So, and then they found me laying out in their yard. They brought me in, and then I had to have some IV put in me, and then I got sent to a rehab center.
So you were a user for almost 4 or 5 years, or 6 years, or
at least. It was really bad. It was really bad. When I go to a doctor's appointment, I gotta tell they asked me what's your allergies. Do you still have allergies to Tylenol with codeine? I always tell them I have allergies to Tylenol with codeine, because if I get Tylenol with codeine, I'm going to fall right back in that spot where I was. So I tell them I'm allergic to Tylenol with codeine just to not make sure I get it. Don't get it. And they always ask me, what does this Tylenol codeine do to you? I always tell them, if you give me that, I'm addicted to it, and I'm going to fall right back where I was when I was younger.
So what made you get out of that lifestyle?
Well, I wanted to get into the wrestling business, and I've always grew up around the wrestling business, watching my stepdad being a security guard for Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan and stuff at the Rupp Arena when they come there. And so I wanted a change. I wanted a change in my life, and I wanted to send a message basically to when I got in the wrestling business. I was a character as a wrestler, but I create this character named Jesse the Jackhammer, and it was like a kid character, okay? And I wanted to send a message. Basically, I need to clean my life up. I need to do this, and I wanted to get in the wrestling business to send a message to the kids to say no to drugs, because drugs is not the answer, because it almost killed me. It almost took my life.
Right.
And
so you're in wrestling for how long?
I was in wrestling since I was 24 years old. I'm 41 now. I got out in 2012.
Wow. And so you wrestled with any big names that we would know?
Yeah, I didn't wrestle them in the ring, but I've wrestled at shows with Eugene. You know, there was this different other big names. Hall of Famers was there, giving out, not wrestling, but just basically giving out autographs. You know, Madman Pondo. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when I was growing up, back then wrestling was not so universal. It was all those mini events or those small productions, and we had I'm from Vancouver, Canada, so there was a wrestling promotional person. There was Stampede Wrestling, and there was also All-Star Wrestling. And, so I got to see Bret Hart of the Hart family. And I also got to see Ronnie Piper when he came out really very, very young, and a couple other ones, Snuka, Superfly Snuka, and I think Andre the Giant was there a couple times, a couple other big names. And, you know, when I was growing up, that was like the time, you know, Saturday mornings was wrestling, and my parents and I and all the family would watch it. And, you know, that was like something that, like today, when you watch wrestling, it's not the same. And I think it's because it's so glamorized to the point where you know the ending. When it was back when the productions were there, people could do they could go away a couple of years and come back, and it would be a total different thing. And that, I don't know what your feelings about wrestling, but that's how I look at it too.
It's not. I was trained old school. It's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Now, I got a story to share with you. You were talking about Ronnie Piper. I got a story to share with you, because when I lived in Parkersburg, West Virginia at one time, back in 2012 all the way to 2014, we went to this big old park over in Parkersburg by the Pavilion. Okay. And I saw this big advertisement of a big wrestling company. Well, of course, being a wrestler, you know, you see an advertisement, you want to be part of this, you know, this show. And my wife says, "Don't you think about it? Don't you think about it?" Okay, honey, I'm on. So we walk the kids over to the park, and I said, "I gotta go to the van and get something." So instead of walking to the van, I walk over to the pavilion, and this guy's sitting outside, and I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, "Tell me I didn't just see who I saw. Pinch me if I'm dreaming." The security guard decided to pinch me still. And then the fans wanted the pictures with Hacksaw and Roddy Piper. So they came out, they all gave autographs, they took pictures, and I was like, "Mr. Piper, Hacksaw, oh my God, this is like a dream come true." You know, I watched you all several times. Piper, I watched you with Hulk Hogan's feud with the bar in your leg, and Hulk Hogan's TV show and movie and stuff you all did together, and it was really cool. Anyways, I'm like, this is really awesome. And his words to me was, "Are you working?" I'm like, "No, sir, I'm not." And he goes, "How would you like to be in a movie?" I said, "It would be an honor to be in a movie with you, sir." And I have respect. I would say, "Yes, ma'am," "No, sir," "Yes, sir." You know, that's just how I was raised. And he goes, "Well, stay right here. I'm gonna go talk to the producer and director and get you some information." So he goes in, he comes back out, and he says, "I need you to be at this OGL in January." I want to say it was 18th, 2013, and to be there for the filming. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually going to be in a movie with Roddy Piper. And it was called Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. That's the name of it, Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. And Cody Knox was the director. Cody Knox is a really awesome guy. I enjoy working for the guy. So I'm going in as an extra, as a zombie, okay? So I go in, do the zombie thing, and before you know it, somebody says, "Hey, they need somebody to work backstage," and like as a crew member, I'm like, really? So I go and talk to the producer about this, and she goes, "Yeah, we need some people. Tell me your name, give me your number, and all this, and we'll talk over." So they tell me they can use us, me and this one young lady. So we go in. Only thing we had to do is help set up, help clean up, gather the trash up, make sure everybody's ready. You can be back there with the director, offset. I've already done my zombie parts. I'm behind scenes with this, literally.
Right.
And I'm getting. Wow. I mean, I'm going to my bank and I'm cashing this check, and they're like, "Are you've been coming through every day with this?" I said, "Yeah." I said, I'm working on that movie set they're going on. Really? I said, "Yeah." And I'm like, as it's not about, I told the bank, I said, it's not about the money. It's about the fun that you have doing this. And that's what it's about. It's about having fun.
Right. So with Ronnie Piper, he gave you basically your first start in the movies.
Yes, he did. And I'm very honored to say that.
Yeah.
I'm very honored to say that.
Much dialogue afterwards with him?
I'm sorry?
Did you have much more conversations with him afterwards?
No. After the movie was over, when he left, that was my last communication with him. I wish I talk to Hacksaw every once in a while on Facebook, because off his yes, and he's last time I talked to him, I think it was around Christmas time of last year or year before, one or other. I got to go back and look, but I actually talked to him, and he was on the road.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember Ronnie Piper always took the kids' pictures and autograph. Always said, do good in school. That's all. It was like really. He was, even though he sometimes played a bad character or the heel, but he was always very good to the kids all the time.
Let me tell you, we had a mother that had a child in this movie, okay? And this kid had literally fell asleep. Okay, so we had some chairs in the hallway because there was kind of heat in the front area of the jail, because this was an old jail. In the back area, there was no heat. When the movie was done, I left with walking pneumonia, okay, because it was so cold in this jail. And I'm like, I'm leaving with walking pneumonia, but I was just in an awesome movie with some awesome people. I got to meet Matt Hardy, Rebby Sky, Hacksaw, like I said, Shane Douglas. There was some ECW stars in there, but this kid fell asleep, and the mother was standing right there with the kid because he was heavy, and he came up, and he like, "Oh, poor fella," and he gave him a kiss on the head, and he took his coat off and put his leather coat around this baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I always admired him growing up. He was always my favorite wrestler. Yeah, the old school. Well, that's what I miss. I miss the Ric Flair days, the Four Horsemen and things like that. Yeah, that's cool. So was it, what production, what wrestling promotional were you under?
Well, I worked for a lot of wrestling promotions around West Virginia that it's no longer running. It's because it's hard to find. I mean, there's one, maybe two companies around here that is running now. But when I was running it, I worked for so many. Like I started at WOW and went to Thunder Mountain Wrestling, WCWV, I've been on TV before. I've done CW. That's where I was at on CW TV. I worked for a company called WVCW, and that was out of Bluefield. Actually, have you ever heard of Cuban Assassin?
Yes.
Richie,
yeah.
All right. He's actually my mentor. And I actually had a TV taping with him and a match with him. And he was pretty surprised for what I did on TV. So
what was your wrestling move?
One of my moves was, is my chop. When I chop somebody, I even had, so I was in this pay-per-view match, in Charlestown, Indiana. And shout out to Charlestown, Indiana, by the way. So I had this wrestling at this pay-per-view in Charlestown, Indiana, at the Civic Center, the little community center or Civic Center, whatever it was. These guys, we had 10 minutes. These guys didn't know what to do. This was their first pay-per-view. So I told these guys, hey, I'll carry you all through this match. Just follow my lead. We'll get through this. So we're going through the match, and the promoter's like, come on, it's time to take it home. We're continue to go. Okay, it's past 10 minutes. He's like, come on, cut it now. We're going. We got the fans off the seat, and they're yelling, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. We're going to continue. Yeah. We're going to continue this. We went all the way between 20 to 25 minutes with this match. When I chopped one of my opponents in that match, he even told me it took 2 weeks for that marking from that chop to wear off his chest. And when I popped him with that chop, it popped the crowd.
Yeah.
Because it echoes so loud in the arena.
Yeah. And people think wrestling is fake. I mean, it is choreographically, set up.
It is planned out. It is planned out who's going to win, who's going to lose. But the main point is, one thing I do, it kind of gets underneath my skin because I say, hey, you're going to yell it's fake. Let's get in the ring. I'll show you what I went through. You know what I mean? And because I have had my ribs fractured at least 3 to 4 times. I was out 6 months in a period of my time. I've had my nose busted open. I've had my neck literally pop out of socket.
My Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not fake. You're planned out let's planned out who's going to win, but you will get hurt. There is a chance you're going to get hurt out there.
There's certain moves. I mean, there's the moves are when I try to describe it, the moves are designed to protect the person who's receiving it, but still the person receiving it could still get hurt. I mean, it's still like when you're hitting the mat, it's still painful. I mean, that's not fake. When you're doing a slap, you're still slapping somebody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a couple. I mean, coming off the top rope, with the elbow, you're still hitting somebody. I mean, the guys that take the punishment,
clotheslines, the chops, open hand, closed fist. Sometimes they connect with the closed fist.
Yeah, and you just got to take it, and yeah. So I mean, but yeah. So what do you think of today's wrestling? Do you like it, or
I think it's like more like I mean, I think it's more like soap operas. I believe that's, and I would kindly believe that. I think it's more like soap operas.
Yeah, I stopped watching it completely after WCW went away, because that was more of the old-fashioned type of wrestling. I stopped watching it for that reason. Now, we're in wrestling. I mean, obviously, we hear a lot of drugs and alcohol and a lot of abuse like that. Was that part of the?
I have seen a lot of people that actually shot up, took pills behind the scenes because they was going to go out there and do hardcore. Okay, hardcore matches. When I started out, I saw people behind the scenes actually use the drugs behind the scenes because they didn't want to feel the pain. Excuse me, they didn't want to feel the pain. And then the following day, they're suffering. You're going to go out there. You're going to go out there because they're going to pop these pills or they're going to shoot this up in their arm and they're going to go out here and then they're going to go and get all cut up, beat up with all these chairs and, you know, all these ladders and stuff. They're going to do all this hardcore matches. I'm down with the hardcore matches. I have no problem with that. But you get all these drugs in your system. You go out there because you're not going to feel this pain. But I've seen people. I've stayed at people's houses after they took these drugs and they woke up, they can barely walk because of this.
Have you ever done a hardcore match or you just never did?
I have done a hardcore match. I'll tell you about this hardcore match. My wife, when we was dating, okay, she was pregnant with our 13-year-old at the time. We actually went to a match and they knew I was coming, but they didn't put me on the card. I kind of was in gimmick, like, I'm not leaving till you give me a match. That's how that's how it was. So they put me in a hardcore match with this guy named Scabs. So we went to the hardcore stuff and his shoe came off. So I got literally down on my bottom end, pull a Scab over on my knee. And I just literally whipped the dude with his own shoe. And I got the count for it.
Wow. Well, I mean, wow. So how many hardcore matches have you been in? I've been in
like at least 2 of them, at least. More regular matches than anything.
Okay. So, are you going to be at the premiere in Huntington, West Virginia?
I want to. I'm trying to get the money up for it. Because I looked at it, it's going to be like $115 for me, my family. I want to so bad. Like I said, it's going to. I'm just trying to get the money up for it right now because we're on a like a very tight budget. I'm just trying to do what I can because I just got an email saying, "Hey, you didn't finish your order before it sells out. Get it." I'm hoping I can get the money for it. Like it says, it's $115. I'm only right now. I'm running on $16 right now to get through. And I'm just trying to get the money up for it so I don't miss it. This will be my first time. This will be my first time walking down red carpet.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Definitely.
No, it's just be a memory. There's something to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I want to say thank you for coming on Your Choice. And
I would like to say if your listeners, I would like to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'd like to say if your listeners would like to come over and check our channel out, we're open for anybody and everybody. We don't care what you look like. If you're shut in, if you're in the wheelchair, if you got cross eyes, one leg, one arm, we don't care. You're welcome to our channel. It's called the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV on YouTube.
Good. Yeah, definitely. You definitely come up there. They're entertaining. They can actually. It's fun to watch. And if you're also wanting to see the movie, you can go visit www.yourchoicefoundation.org, and you can see where they're playing. Usually, it's playing in some local movie theaters, and also churches will be running the movie too. Now, if you happen not to see the movie, if they're not on there, please contact them, Your Choice Foundation, and they will help you find the next movie theater is, or they'll help you put it in your church as well. I want to say thank you for Jesse Mitchell to come on here. Thank you very much for spending time with me on your podcast.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope your next choice be the best choice.
I'm looking to get into more movies with JC Films. That's what I'm looking to do.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we're off air. How was that?
That was awesome, man.
Okay. So I'll let you know. So what I'll do is I'm gonna put you in our. I think we're friends now on Facebook. I'll put you in our Facebook group, and on that gives you. It's a place where I'm looking for people for guests to put people in there to talk about problems or solutions or whatever. So that's a place where you can have dialogue with people. If you think that's okay.
No, I'm good with it. I've even signed up to volunteer to be a speakers in schools.
Oh, good.
I'm just waiting for y'all to get back with me. That's the only thing I'm waiting for y'all to get back with me.
Yeah, good. And then the other thing is, once we post this will be on YouTube. This will I wouldn't have the video of it, but it would be the audio. I'll have YouTube. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Tumblr. It'll be a couple other places. And because I'm trying to promotion, then what you could do is you could promote it as well. Now you could take the audio and do whatever you want with it if you feel you want to. All I ask for is credit.
I've already done that between our interview, by the way.
What's that?
I've already done that this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great, awesome.
We had some people listening and watching.
Okay, good. Oh, okay, great.
But no, I'm really I want to get this. I'm like I said, we're on a fixed budget, and I only got $16 in my name. I'm trying to get $115 for me and my family, and my kids are excited. They want to walk that carpet with me, that red carpet. And I'm just trying to get the money up for it, and we're struggling here to do it.
Okay, so do you have like PayPal?
I do.
Have like a GoFundMe?
I got a PayPal.
You do?
I got a PayPal. Yes.
PayPal?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the $115.
Okay.
Okay. Is that enough to get you down there? I'll give you the $150 so you and your kids can go down there.
I really appreciate that, man.
So
I'll send you what I'll do, because sometimes the links don't work on cell phones. I'll send you the PayPal link, and I also will send you the PayPal email.
Okay. Well, have you done Venmo or Venmo, like VEM?
What is that?
It's an app. There's no charges on there.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's VENMO.
Why don't you send me the information on Facebook? I'll look it up.
Okay. And then if you download that as an app, it's free. There's no charge. And I'll just send you the money.
Okay. That's cool. Like I said, I'll send you. What I was going to do, I was going to send you my PayPal, and I'll let you send it through PayPal if you want to.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Just send me a message on Facebook. You don't care.
Will do.
All right. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care. All right, guys. So as you heard there, that we're going to the movie premiere in April 20th. So I want to thank you all for being here on the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV. So we're going to the movie premiere April the 20th. We are walking with you all. We are walking the red carpet, ladies and gentlemen. We are walking the red carpet. God bless this man for helping out, getting us there. I don't want to miss this. Don't want to miss out on this. So we are going to be walking that red carpet. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. So, like I said, we're going to do this with you all. We're going to decide if we're going to do it live or if we want to do it pre-recorded. So hopefully you all will enjoy that. Hopefully you all enjoy this interview. If you have, we want to thank you for being here on the live stream. Very much so. If you was here or not, please go back and watch the replay. Please enjoy the replay. Leave your comments when you heard this radio interview. Hit that thumbs up if you support us. Hit that share button too if you support us. And if you want to become our family and you really support us, hit the subscribe button so you can join our family. If you recently have subscribed, we want to thank you for subscribing. But understand, you're not a subscriber, you're not a viewer, you're not a watcher, you're not a subscription, you're family. So welcome to the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV's family. Welcome to our family. It's all about family. If you've been part of our life, part of our family, we love you all for being here. Even the ones that have been on the stream, thank you. It means a lot. Please check out the description, guys. God bless this man's heart to make it possible for my dreams to come true, to actually walk a red carpet of a movie that I was in with some very, very awesome people. Very awesome people. I enjoy meeting Ron and meeting all the producers and directors. It was great. So, thank you. So, anyways, like I said, check out the P.O. Box. We want to hear from you guys. Okay? We want to connect with y'all. If you support us, please hit that P.O. Box up. Also, check out the email. I want to continue to say this. If you support us, why don't you send a small clip and tell us about it? Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. If you got a YouTube channel, put your YouTube channel in there and tell people what channel they're watching right here. Also, check out our social medias. If you support us, you will follow us. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, you're able, please donate to our PayPal. If you support us, try to donate if you can, so we can grow this channel, so we can get on the road and bring you content. And if you want to become a sponsor, email us. The email is underneath the P.O. Box, or hit the Patreon account up. I'd rather you email us because, we can talk personally too. Also, ladies and gentlemen, there's a PayPal email. So, also check out our merchandise. If you support us, you got the funds to do it, get you some merchandise. That's what it's there for. Wait till you see what we got coming your way next. Love you all. Thanks for being part of our family.